Namaste. When I first heard about, am I audible now? Okay, so when I first heard about this panel, I was talking to Hariji and I said everything that you have here typically falls under the umbrella of tourism. You know, whether it's arts, whether it's culture, whether it's Ayurveda, whether it's yoga, everything falls under tourism. And then I came here and I heard Sadhguru speak about what connects India, you know. And he's a guru, and so he looks at it from his philosophical lens and he says, it's the seeker versus believer. So everybody who's a seeker is an Indian, of course, bound by a geography. Now, I'm a traveler, and my lens is traveling. And for me, what connects India is its travel heritage, which is yatra. Can I have the first picture, please? So while they bring it up, this is a very powerful image. I can tell many, many stories using this picture. This is the picture of these three women who are sitting on the ghats of Narmada at a city called Maheshwar in Madhya Pradesh. And they are on a pilgrimage who are doing a yatra across the length of river Narmada, which is, for those of you who do not know, which is essentially walking about 3,000 kilometers. And that is all they have. They have no luggage, they have no travel plans. They start in the morning, they start walking, and they stop wherever they stop. They live in a temple, they live in an ashram, and people on this route open up their homes for them. They can simply go cook, they carry their grains, and they can go cook and eat, and they just go. So I use this picture to tell stories of how women in India travel, how India is safe for women travelers, how you can travel without any money, how you can experience the real hospitality of this country. But today I'm going to talk about what they see and how they connect to India when they travel. Now imagine walking 3,000 kilometers, and this is not the only yatra that we have in India. We have many, many yatras, starting from about 15-kilometer long yatras to 3,000 kilometer long yatras, which are all done on foot. And imagine you walking the whole area and developing an intimate relationship with the destinations that you visit, with the people who live there, okay? I remember Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji once said that tourism is the antidote for terrorism, okay? It is very difficult. I mean, I can speak from my experience and the experience of the fraternity of travel writers and travel bloggers that I represent, that it is very difficult to hate people you have visited. If I extrapolate this to, it actually says you make people travel to your land and you've converted strangers into friends and family. So what they're doing, so essentially, you know, if I have to look at their journey through the lens of the modern day jargon of travel and tourism, it involves walking, it involves road tripping, it involves camping, it involves jungle walks, it includes adventure, because sometimes they have to cross rivers, it involves boating, it includes every jargon that we have in the modern world, okay? And another favorite jargon these days is the travel goals. What's your travel goal? What's your dream list? And I realized that we in India are born with a travel goal. You know, we are supposed to go to the Char Dhams in our lifetime, which is essentially saying you travel to all the corners of the country, wherever you are. Okay? So we are born with that, and if you are adventurous enough, you can go to the 12 Jyotirlingas, and if you are even more adventurous, you can go to the 51 Shakti Peethas, and you've literally seen the country. So we are born with a travel goal to see the country, and to develop a relationship with the land which we are not born in, but we have some kind of a relationship, maybe a spiritual relationship or something. So with that traveler lens in place, be with us for next 55 minutes as we talk about the gaps and the opportunities that exist in the travel sector for India. Now, I'm a travel blogger. I run a blog called IndiTales.com. And while we write about any destination or we work with any tourism board that works with us, I primarily focus a lot on ancient Indian cities and destinations. And we get a lot of feedback. And I'm going to share insights from my engagements with my audience. Now, I can talk about tourism products. In a typical panel, I would start by saying, this is where the opportunity for travel lies. These are the tourism product portfolio that we can have. But I think all the panels before us have actually done that job for us. Each panel has talked about a slice of potential tourism product for this country, be it yoga, be it education, be it dance, be it art and culture, be it spirituality. Each of them is a slice of tourism product portfolio that we can have. So to this audience, I'm going to share insights that I get from my audience on my social media channels or on the blog. When I write about a destination, there are two kinds of feedback that I get. The first one is from the natives. So if I'm writing about Banaras, a lot of Banarasis would write back to me. If I write about Delhi, a lot of Delhiites would write to me. And this feedback is, again, in two primary categories. The first one is that, oh, I have lived all my life in this city and I didn't know of this. And the second is they get excited about it and they give me a list of 10 other things to go and explore next time I'm in the city. Okay? So this is a reaction from the natives of the destination that has been written about. The second feedback, which is a more expected feedback, is from people who do not know the destination and they discover destination, and which is pretty much the business I am in, to put destinations in your wish list, to show you that there is a destination like this and you can visit it. And I have feedbacks like from around the world which says, oh, I never thought of going to India, but now I have put India on my wish list. Or I was thinking of going to India in 5 to 10 years time frame, but now I'm going to bring it to 1 to 2 years time frame. Okay? So this is a regular feedback that I get. A few months back, I did an experiment, and I said, I went to my own fraternity of travel bloggers around the world, international travel bloggers, and I started sharing some videos about India with them. The first video I shared with them was of temple carvings of one of the temples in Kanchipuram, exquisite carvings. And about 30% of this audience, which is all well-traveled, well-aware, traveling community, 30% of them actually said, oh, I visited that, and this was my experience of visiting it. And the rest, 70%, said, oh, that looks much better than Taj Mahal. I didn't know there's anything other than Taj Mahal in India. Okay? After this, I shared some videos of wildlife. I shared a video of tigers from Kanha and from Pench National Park, which I had shot. Like, these are less than amateur videos. And everybody was shocked to know that you can see tigers so close by. The next video I shared was of a rhino in Kaziranga and in Jaldapara. These are in Northeast and the South Sikkim, North Bengal. And the universal feedback I got was, rhinos, aren't they supposed to be in Africa? What are they doing in India? So I had to tell them that we have this long stretch where single-horned rhinos are found only in this stretch. So I went on sharing this, and then I shared a video. Can I have that video playing? It'll play in the background as I speak. So I shared this video of akhada in Banaras, which is basically capturing all that goes on in an akhada. And the feedback was from awe to awesomeness to curiosity. The biggest feedback was curiosity. Okay? Now, why am I sharing all this with you? Why am I sharing all this information with you? The reason is very simple. Somebody has to tell people that this exists. You know, and anybody in the travel trade will tell you that, you know, 80% of India's inbound market is centered on Taj Mahal, with Delhi as the entry point and Jaipur as the add-on. So you have this triangle called Golden Triangle, and we are not looking beyond it, and Taj Mahal, I think, has reached its capacity. It cannot take more tourists. If you move away from this, you have a bit of it in Rajasthan, a bit of it in Goa, a bit of it in Kerala. So the west coast of India is fairly well represented, but if you move eastwards, there is literally zero knowledge about those destinations anywhere. Yesterday, when a lot of us in this room discovered Hansa Mehta, and a lot of us felt, at least I felt, that I should be knowing about her. Why do we not know about her? But then I went back and said, how the hell I was supposed to know about her? How would I know that she exists? Somebody has to somewhere tell me that she exists, right? If you tell me she exists, or if you tell me what she did, I can then go and find out. Then I have all the means to go and find out and plan a write-up or a story on her. But until I know that something like this exists, how am I going to find about it? So somewhere there is a huge gap that we need to address, which is also an opportunity for us to work on telling the world about what we have beyond the 3 or 4 places that people know about. With that, you couldn't play the video, is it? Okay. Okay. So whoever at India Foundation designed this panel did a very good job, because if you look at the trajectory of travel, it starts with having a destination in your wish list, which is the space I work in, and then you look for experiences in a space which is where Manish works in, and then you need somebody to go and take you there, and execution of that trip, which is where Nick works in. So we are actually covering the whole trajectory of a destination, going into your wish list to you actually visiting that place. With that, I would like to invite Manish to share his experiences of designing very India-specific experiences. And let me tell you, I have stayed in one of his hotels in Banaras, which is run by 2 grandmothers. You know, instead of hotel staff waiting, hosting you where the smile never goes beyond the shoulders, there is this warm grandmother coming and asking you, "Beta khana khaya kya?" Kind of thing, which is a very India-soaked experience. That's what India is. So I'm going to invite Manish to come and share his experience.